What is up, you bushy boys and girls? Back at it again with another bushy fitness vid. You know how important training and dieting is. But what about the bushy third aspect, and that is sleep? How much sleep on average are you getting a night? I try to aim for 8 hours, anywhere from the 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night range. I don't take naps personally, because then that screws me up for when I actually need to go to bed. Try to aim for the same bedtime, and I understand people have jobs and they have different shifts, all that, but still, you want to try to aim. Let's say you go to bed at 10 p.m. and get up at 6 a.m. That's 8 hours of sleep. You can have a range from 9 to 11 p.m., never forget, and then 5 to 7 a.m. But you could always go to bed earlier and then wake up later, vice versa, still be within that 1 hour range. If you have an alarm, my advice, just get up. Do not click snooze. Once you are awake and active, at least for the big old bush, I feel great. It's about 15 minutes to half an hour later. Yeah, I feel just fine, but definitely the hardest part, especially getting up freakishly early, like the old bush once again. Yeah, 4 a.m. is not for everybody, and I do that because I'm gonna wake up anyway early for work, and I might as well get my workout in because the after work traffic, yeah, at the gym, crunch, it's like $17 a month. Cheap, nice gym, yeah, everyone's gonna flock there. I'll get discouraged, not want to go. So I just go early in the morning, and plus, if you don't like crowds, it's like nobody there. Something to think about, but not for everybody. A trick to getting a good night's sleep is winding down. And what I mean is getting off the dang phone, screens, whatever. Do like a Sudoku puzzle or something. Heck, read. But just try not to look at a screen. I would say half hour before bedtime. Don't worry about your messages. They'll be there in the morning. And if you're freakishly social, this may be hard at first, but I promise you will at least get a little bit better sleep. And why is sleep so important? Well, it can help with your effort in the gym as well as your energy throughout the whole dang day. And stacking days upon days of bad sleep will really add up and not lead to as much muscle growth. Well, if that's your priority, which I think, you know, most people want to gain muscle because there's a lot of benefits. The main one, yeah, you look good, but also if you have more muscle, you can't have as much fat, you burn more calories, you can eat more food, and that way you can be leaner, because the ultimate goal, we do not want to be in the obese category. And I understand people are overweight, and I'll do another video over the BMI scale. I am technically a little bit overweight. I'm 5'8", 5'9" on my driver's license, but I'm gonna be really strict without my shoes. Yeah, I'm 5'8", about 173 pounds right now. I think that just puts me very, very, very low end of overweight, which I think is BS because I have been doing bodybuilding for 3-something years now. I'm sure some of that is muscle, and I've done a bodybuilding show and I'm not super, super, super far off that stage weight. So really, am I at risk of being obese? I don't know. Dusty, he's took a crap and he's on his zoomies, my cat Dusty. Melatonin can be a good aid, but I would say no more than 2 nights in a row taking it. I would say take about 3 milligrams, 5 if you just really cannot sleep for whatever reason. You gotta start getting up early, try to help yourself wind down, maybe a little bit higher dose, but 3 milligrams, yeah, is a good way to go. Try not to do it every single night. I know when I have caffeine later, whether it's like a dinner or I drink an energy drink at work kind of late, I might use it, or if I have to get up early. It's a good tool, but definitely do not be dependent on it, because once you're off the heavy melatonin, it will be that much harder to go to sleep when you actually need to. Something I didn't always do in high school, I would like it completely silent. I'm talking about the background noise, by the way. Now I use a fan in the background, kind of for some white noise. White noise machine also works too, it has different stuff. like waves, you know, if you're feeling cool, or whatever the heck, bird sounds, whatever you're into. But I just like the fan on. That way I'm not distracted by the outside noise, like the cat's going crazy, the wind actually from outside. You know, Mary next to me sometimes, she's totally the one that snores really loud. Oh crap, I hope she doesn't see this. The thing that is helpful for sleep, not directly related, but having your stuff ready for the next day. Let's say you have work or you're gonna work out in the morning, set out your gym or work clothes, prepare your food for the day the night before, because right when you wake up, that'll be another thing you do not have to focus on, making your day easier, and that way you can really focus on your goals. So yeah, consistent sleep range of 7 to 9 hours. Try to do the same bedtime within an hour or two. No, everyone's busy with their different schedules. I am lucky I can do a similar schedule most of the week. You can use melatonin, but don't abuse it. Have a fan in the background or some kind of noise if you're really struggling or you're a light sleeper. Having all those distraction sounds will make it very hard to get a good night's rest. Yeah, being prepared is half the battle for the day, and if you can get that done before you even wake up, like, that's just an advantage. Be a better bush. Be a better average bush. That's it for the video, you bushy boys and girls. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know a lot of people don't really talk about sleep compared to dieting and exercise, but those three things are definitely the key for putting on muscle, which is what I'm trying to really preach about on this channel and help people lose weight, especially those who need it. Not everybody needs to try to get shredded. If you see my bodybuilding show, yeah, I'm like 30 pounds from that. So if that tells you like bodybuilding's an unhealthy sport, because it totally is, please do not try to get that shredded. I would say 20% body fat for males, 25% for females, because that is the upper end where you'll be happy and hopefully have good shape. Yeah, you won't be shredded, but do you really need to be? Don't forget to follow the TikTok, Instagram. I'm sure I'll put them here. I edit all my own videos. Sometimes I don't put that there because I'm a lazy bush. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. See you bushes.